All right, guys, we've talked about it time and time again. Selling low-end sports cards on eBay can be tough. It can be very tough. Today, one of our viewers told us about how he gave up. He had almost 100,000 listings and he gave up. So we're going to talk about that. And we got a couple comments that I'm going to address to hopefully make your guys shipping a little bit easier. So let's just get right into things today because we got a lot to cover. So I know a lot of you guys have seen it. I don't use the peel and seal envelopes. Johnny wants to know where I get the gummed envelopes that I get because he imagines that they're pretty cheaper. So he wants to know where I get those envelopes. Johnny, great question. Where do I get those envelopes from? Easy. Walmart. That's right. Wally World. I get them at Walmart. Unfortunately, they only come in boxes of 100. So I usually buy quite a few at a time. You're kind of limited to what your store has if you're going to buy it in store. But yeah, I buy them at Walmart. They are 100 count boxes and it is $1.97. So a hair under 2 cents per envelope. Now, if I got the peel and stick number 6 at Walmart, those are $3.48 and a hair under $3. A hair under 3.5 cents per envelope. So yeah, since I'm using the label as part of my envelope sealer, I just get the gummed and it's just under 2 cents per envelope. The quality, it's not bad. I've never had an issue that I know of envelopes ripping, falling apart. At times they can feel a little, flimsy. Sometimes, the edges will stick together a little bit when you're trying to open it. But overall, they're not a bad quality. I just wish Walmart actually made them in bigger boxes because then I could just buy it in bulk. Looking at Walmart's website right now, there is a bulk Staples gum from one of the private sellers that's $24.38 for 1,000 envelopes, which isn't bad, but that breaks down to about 2.5 cents per envelope. So I'd rather just buy my packs of 100. Yeah, that's where I get them from. Walmart, $1.97 for 100. Go in store, grab them. I'm not sure if there's a limit online. I've heard some people say they've only been able to get 4 or 5. But yeah, I buy them in store and my limit is what the store's got. Now guys, if this is your first time here and you're enjoying what you see and you enjoy the help I give, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you can get notified every time I post a new video. Now Brian's got a good one for us. He says he loves the videos. Thank you. He listens to them while he goes to and home from work. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Never thought I'd have somebody listening to me in their car, which thank you. But what does Brian ask? Brian has a starter store, so he gets 250 free listings per month. eBay has him capped at 150. He wants to know how long it's going to take him to get to that 250 so he can get full benefits of his store. That's a good question. Brian, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to help you on your question. Like I've said before, guys, I never had to deal with the monthly limits, so I don't know much about them. I don't know how often eBay will upgrade you, how much they will upgrade you. From what I've seen from other people, this is very different depending on the user, and I guess it's based on the sales history you have and the time you have the monthly limits. So how long will it take to get from 150 to 200? Having the store capped at 150, even though you have a starter store, that's kind of fucked up. Excuse the language, but it is. Like, really, you're paying. Oh, is a starter? Yeah, you're paying for something, and eBay's not giving it to you because they don't think you have enough history. 2, just email eBay, call eBay, whatever you do to get monthly limits increase, and just ask. That's all you can do is just ask. Tell them, you'd like to get the full advantage of having an eBay store. You want to make it worth it, and see what they do. See if they give you that upgrade. Unfortunately, there's just not much more I can tell you because, again, I've never had the monthly limits. But it is also why I tell you guys, start off small with a store if you're going to do a store, and gradually work your way up as your business allows. In this case, if eBay's not going to give it to you, Is the starter store cost versus paying an insertion fee every time worth it? Probably, so I'd stick with it. But grow as you grow and just keep having eBay help you out. I know I rambled a little bit there at the end, but unfortunately, Brian, that's all I got for you. Now, Paul. Paul, he said he gave low-end sports cars a serious shot, and he just had to stop. Without unlimited free listings, it's just not possible to scale and not possible to make the money he wants. Now, guys, when I say he gave it a serious shot, he's not lying. He had a 100,000 listing eBay store. That's right, he had an anchor store. He had it fully maxed out. He was making about $5K a month selling $1.99 free shipping cards. That's pretty amazing. I know I'd be happy with that, but he wasn't. He wants more, and I fully get it. The challenge he had was most 70 to 80% of the cards were still single card sales, even when he offered buy one, get one free coupons. That's pretty crazy. If I'm getting something for free, wouldn't I take it? I don't know, guys. But what has he done? He ended all of those 100,000 listings. That's right, ended them all. And now he's selling lots in bulk, and the profit per hour has gone sky high. That's pretty awesome. Let's talk about this one. A lot to unpack. So Paul brings up some stuff that I love seeing here, and I love seeing in the comments. He at least tried low-end cards. He had an anchor store. He had 100,000 free listings. 100,000. Crazy. Just crazy thought. And was doing about $5,000 a month doing $1.99 free ship cards. And, you know, $5,000 a month ain't bad. Ain't bad. Now, I'm not sure if that's gross or net, but that's not bad. He tried it out. He says the problem he had was even with 100,000, he couldn't scale up much more, you know, because you don't have unlimited free listings. You have to keep paying more money to get more listings. And after an anchor store, the cost really gets prohibitive. It really does. So I could see why he switched it up, which it looks like he has, because the challenge he had was 70 to 80% of those orders were single card orders. He went 5,000 a month. And you know what? That's going to be the case. You're going to get the people looking for the one-offs. I've noticed the people that buy multi-quantity orders are usually my repeat buyers. So you really got to build yourself a loyal base. Instead, even when he ran BOGO coupons, people are still only buying one, that's crazy. If I'm going somewhere and they got a buy one, get one sale, I'm taking advantage, right? If you're going to give me something for free for buying one, I'm going to take it. But I find that very interesting that, you know, people weren't even taking that. That's pretty crazy. That really is. So what did he wind up doing? He took down all his orders. So he took down all his listings. He tried it out. Wasn't happy with the results he was getting, which 100,000 free listings making $5K a month. I'd be happy. I would. I mean, probably a lot of shipping though. He took it all down and started over. And how did he start over? Bulk. Started lotting everything up, and he's been happier. The profit per hour is way higher, and I'm assuming he's probably taking less time to do his shipping and things like that. I'm wondering if with bulk, Paul, if you know your expenses, sorry, have gone up. And the reason I say that is you're doing bulk lots. You're probably doing more padded flat rate. Not padded flat rate, I'm thinking before I speak. Or I'm speaking before I think. How's it said? I don't know. You're using more bubble mailers, and you probably are using flat rate boxes too, but you're probably using more bubble mailers. So you're probably spending more there than you did with the low end. But if your profit per hour is way higher, then obviously it's got to be working for you, which is pretty cool. It's a novel idea. Like, I know some people have talked about doing lots instead. Look, guys, I'm trying a half sheet of paper on my card saver ones. Gonna see how that works out. And you know what? You're right. I am going to use less tape. So I'm now going to leave 2 piles of scrap paper. The half sheet and then my normal quarter sheet. Back on topic. Paul, I have heard many people say they've gone to bulk lots and just lotting things up. You can sit on things for even a little bit longer, but when it does sell, your profit is better, which I find interesting because the cost per card or the profit per card, I believe, goes down. Because I feel like if I sell 20 cards in a bulk lot, I'm going to have to charge less than I would if they bought $20.75 free ship cards. But that might get offset with the shipping if I charge shipping for the lots. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. It is something I've been considering doing. Not switching over to all lots, but doing some lots. Because I do think for some of these cards, they've been sitting there a while. I've actually started to take some down that have been up for over 9 months. And I think for those, I think the best deal for me would be now to lot them up, see if I could sell them. Give them like 3 to 6 months. And then after that, if they don't, then I go to, a flat rate box for the remainder of the cards. Something I'm thinking about. But interesting. I do like to hear that your profit per hour is way higher doing lots. I think maybe a mix would be good. I kind of have fun doing this, so it works for me. But Paul, I'm glad that works for you. And what I'm glad about is you offered a different opinion, but you also have the experience of trying those low-end cards. And you really did, because you had an anchor store. I'm sure you're saving a lot of money now not having that anchor store. But that's pretty cool. That's what I like, guys, is give different opinions. But if you could also say, I tried this, holds more weight to what you say, I feel. So, Paul, thanks for that comment. Good luck with those lots. Now, Media Marauder, he says, most full-time sellers, they'll say anything under $10 is just not worth your time. And he's not lying. A lot of them do. But he says most of those YouTubers now are trying to tell you to source anything that's going to get you $30 or higher ASP. $30 or higher. In his area, that's not really feasible. There's not much chance to do that. Those $3 to $10 cards are what helps keep his sales afloat and his business going. So guys, another one to talk about. Let's go talk about it. First comment from the video about killing the hobby and that debate that went on. Guys, there's already been a lot of comments. We are going to get into those over the next couple days, but this is the first one and probably the quickest to talk about. So we're going to go over this one first. Media Marauder, frequent commenter here. You bring up a lot of good points there. Full-timers, a lot of full-timers do say anything under $10 isn't worth your time. I disagree. I'm sure a lot of you do, because we all value our time differently. So that's hard to say. But yeah, everybody's trying to get people to go higher now. Go search higher ASP. And when I was an everything seller, higher ASP was something I did love. That was something that's easier to source when you're selling everything. Because you could just find something in a different niche. You don't have to always find a sport card or sport memorabilia. You could find a shirt, a toy, a video game, something else. And it's a lot easier at the garage sales to be an everything reseller and find that higher ASP. For sports cards, that can be a bit tougher. Because when you're looking for a higher ASP, it doesn't always mean higher ROI when it comes to sports cards. I think that's what gets forgotten. Yeah, you will find that occasional $30, $40 card in a dollar box occasionally. Maybe a $2 box, maybe a $3 box. But usually, I don't know. I feel like if you're finding $30 cards, you're often not going to pay less than 10 bucks. So you're going to pay probably closer to 15 to 20 in most cases. So yeah, your higher ASP but is it higher ROI? Yeah, you can make a little more money quicker and with one card, but is it necessarily worth it? Eh, who knows? It's harder to find that stuff, especially in some areas. Like Marauder says in his area, it's harder to find stuff in that price range. So for him, working in under $10 works best for him, and it's great because it shows again like how differently we all work and what our markets are like. He does sell that 30 plus stuff, but he's got to rely on that under 10 stuff to really make money. And I feel like that's most people. The low end stuff alone isn't going to make you a lot of money. The high end stuff alone isn't going to make you a lot of money. You got to have a little mix. But those of you who are doing one or the other and making it work, good for you. Right now, this low end stuff is working out for what I needed to do, and I'm having fun doing it. So that's what it is. Now, guys, can't wait to get into those comments. I really can't, because they've been piling in ever since I released this video. I'm filming this Friday at noon. That video came out Thursday at 4 o'clock. And guys, we got, it doesn't say exactly how many, but there's at least 10 comments. Minimum, at least. And some of them are long and some of them are good. And I can't wait to start talking about that with you guys. It's going to be fun. In the meantime, why don't you check out the video, Killing the Hobby. That way you're all caught up when we do start talking about this in the next video. So, guys, check that out. Look at some of the comments while you listen. And I'll catch you on the next one.